Skilili. Dilili. Dilili. Any spell, huh? I guess. Kind of want that one though. Still can't craft these. This is 2 damage, right? Yeah. You may discard if you do draw 2. Frantic search twice. Draw 2, discard. It untaps. Oh yeah, it untaps a bunch of lands. Yeah, because this card exists. I did not know there was a brainstorm. Did not know that. Yeah, same. It only lets me craft like the other one, or at least at some point it did. Looks like it's fine now, but the other ones are still broken, or just not in the game yet, or whatever. I don't know what. Well, I was gonna say I don't know what Dark Ritual is doing. It's not a very bright statement. I think Soul Shatter is neat. Valakut Awakening is funny. Fire Breathing 2? Bedevil. K Command. Well, I would play other K Command if I could. Is it a wizard? I don't think it's a wizard, no. Does that make this bad? Draw 2. Shatter, deal 5. I think this is still playable without a wizard. So you can copy it, and it is basically a wizard while in combat. Oh, that's not true. Because when you copy it, you only get the same effect twice. Electrolyze at 4 damage is really... 4 draw 2? Seems interesting. Alright, put Brainstorm in. Probably every cantrip ever. Peak is an instant? Peak is an instant? Really? I own this card, and I've only played it at sorcery speed. Well, it's only been 15 years. I guess I was bound to find out eventually. I did not know peak was an instant. Couldn't have told you that. Could not have told you that. I think I still want ponder and stuff. These two. Peak is an instant. Whenever you scry, if you control an island, draw. So this is like a 2-mana draw too. Huh. I don't know if I've ever played with this. I like that a lot. Probably not a Cyclonic Rift Overlord enjoyer. Impulse is interesting. I suppose Mana Leak is as well. Did I put Counterspell in here? Nope. I think we want Counterspells. You can't remand because it bounces itself. Radical Idea draws 2 and then later can do it again. Actually, to be fair, you could actually do it twice, and this would be like a 4-mana draw 4 in combat. Oop, that's not. Double Seek New Knowledge, the ultimate high. Can't copy Memory Deluge. Double Discover is kind of funny. That's so much mana though. Double Cling to Dust, which is then spammable. Could use Darkness to save my commander inside combat. Double Grave Expectations. Why is this an instant? Oh, it's not. Well, the graveyard part, I guess, makes sense. One with nothing is an instant. I don't think I knew that either. Huh. I have to get these on paper. I keep forgetting. My mono black deck. I still have Tendrils of Corruption instead of this thing. This is unfortunately so much better. I'm upset that it's better though. I wish Tendrils was good. I still have my original foils, nice and shiny. I have to get this dumb thing. Prismari Command. That's in here. I thought this had a... Lightning Axe is neat. Terminate? Yeah, I guess. Double dispersal? Terminate feels a little meh. I suppose it's better than some of the other stuff in here. Ley line of what? The flash ley line? I'd have to give enough cards flash. Currently, there's only there'd be. I don't know about that. Double C Dasher is funny. There's no way this ever costs 2. No. What about you? Enters return target thing, 2 more. If we anticipate shrines all day, I think that's kind of cool. Mystical Teachings is interesting. Costs 4. Oh yeah, Venser. Oh, it's a legendary. Two Bowmasters is, I don't even think makes up for the fact that it has no ETB anymore. Probably doesn't. Two Necromancies is funny. This is cool. I guess. See, the problem with the... that I don't like the enduring thing is I have to actually hit my opponent for it to do anything. I don't really like that. Did I end up making Dismember? Oh yeah, it's an uncommon, that's why. I would say yes, it is. With all the black removal, still an issue. One that I'm not really concerned about anyways. But still an issue. Could just run Treasure Cruise. Oh yeah, Breathe Your Last is better than Downfall. I can front both, I guess. We went from Murder to Hero's Downfall to Breathe Your Last. Oh, I guess Spin Out was sprinkled in there at some point. Never stood a chance. Oh yeah, Snuff Out. Alright, do that instead of Hero. Murderous Cut is, kind of slow. Could Bedeck for 7 damage and also kill something. Destroy a land, 2 damage to an opponent or planeswalker. That is an awful, awful 6-minute spell. Yikes. I guess it's instant speed land destruction, and they don't want to have it cost not enough or something. I don't know. Just draw 2, then discard. This is slightly better than Thrill, actually. I think. Technically, yes. Not by much. No, I haven't unlocked the cabbage. You can't see the new board when you play Historic Brawl. It seems to only be in Standard, which I have not played, nor am I interested. So I gotta wait till I play Standard. Alright, I mean, a boatload of instance is kind of a cool start. Actually, hold on. Is there the midweek thing that is standard? No. Is it guaranteed? Let's see. Let's see if it's the first board I find. I haven't seen it. I mean, I'm not gonna use it anyways, but man, these grapes are like rotten. Ugh. What happened? What did you guys do to my grapes? Jeez. I recognize that name. Alright, this does not look like the new board. No, you can. I think you can actually see it in Standard Brawl. Because I've seen the other ones from other sets in Standard Brawl. I could be wrong, but like the Duskmorn one is in Standard Brawl. I don't have a Standard deck. Do I? Nope. I don't have a Standard deck. I haven't made a Standard deck in... I don't know. Are there starter decks? Do I have to do all this nonsense? Are these standard? I kind of doubt that, to be honest with you. I kind of doubt that. The fact that it's not in the list is... Oh. Oh, you can't play with them, though. Dang. Can Sparky have it? That's a good question. We're getting sidetracked heavy about something I'm not even going to use. Let's find out. Oh, wait a minute. I think it's always the same board. Sparky always has the same board. Okay, that wasn't true. I lied to you. Is this the board? Is this it? What is this? I don't know what this is. Is it on this board? I don't see a cabbage cart. Oh. Is that it? Did I do it? Did I win? Did I win the video game? Is that all I have to do? Can I leave? Inbox message? Okay. I mean, nothing popped out of it. Is this an emote? What is that? As a pet? I'm sorry, a companion? Man, you can't have the cabbage and the rock. Tragic. Tragic. Do I have any new profile pictures? No, well, I'm not paying for any of this for sure. Man, I would actually, you know what? I probably would play with this one for a bit. I really like that character. I like that character. I kind of want to go back to my unnamed. This is the Chandelar character, right? Is that what that is? Images. I could be wrong. I'm pretty sure this thing is from Chandelar. But I could be completely just lying to you. Alright. We have Cabbage. We also have Fire Lord Azula, 4-mana 4/4. Fire Bending 2, not Fire Breathing 2. Whenever you cast anything while in combat with this thing, you copy it. So, creatures with flash, or just anything with flash, is interesting. Instants are the first thing that would come to mind. And as you can imagine, that is insanely scary. If this ever swings, it is... The floodgates are open for you to do a whole bunch of nonsense. I mean, you can cast 2 Snapcaster Mages, and then both Snapcaster Mages cast 2 spells, because it isn't the first spell, it's any spell. This is crazy. The only downside is it's not Tifa, so it's twice as slow to get into play, and demands that you have something that isn't simply lands. So Tifa is kind of just better than this in my opinion, every conceivable way. It's also green, and has that benefit as well. But this is very cool, and when you swing with it, unlike Tifa, I suppose, you have a lot more mana, so you can... Because it costs 4, so you can have something go about that. It doesn't protect itself. It would have been nice to have maybe Ward 2 or anything like that. I suspect this will die always. Protection spells, counter spells are kind of neat. With this, I think you can double the protection spells, which doesn't really do that much. Counter spells are a bit expensive when you're trying to play a 4-drop on curve. I mean, you can't leave them up, really. So this is like... That's just the main issue, is actually swinging with this. But once you swing with it, it's pretty good. I would say it's really good. I'm running a ton of instants, a boatload of removal, counter spells, any funny thing that seems interesting to do inside of combat. No real combat tricks, though. I mean, there's like Teamer Battle Rage and some giant growth shenanigans. I just don't think the damage side of this is something I should go heavy into, because, again, you have to actually swing with it and ideally kill your opponent with it in some damage-based way. It just seems very difficult to do that. It seems extremely difficult to do that. So, I don't know. We'll see, though. Bribery's in here because so far, every time I've cast it, it has won the game. I don't think there's anything notable. A Frantic Search untaps 6 lands in combat. That's pretty cool. This thing is just funny. It has flash, getting 2 of them, heisting 4 times, and then they take 4 damage every time you cast one of the heisted spells is a lot. Especially if you steal an instant, and then you can cast it immediately. so that's pretty neat. So there's like funny, interesting things here, but other than that, it's just like Grixis instant speed flashy nonsense with not really any creatures other than the commander. No planeswalkers, no nothing. We'll see. I mean, the main idea here is just to try to swing with it. That's the first hurdle. So let's see how long that takes. Oh yeah, we also got a cabbage pet. And we can technically do both quests. Look at that. That was the first time I lost to Sparky. Hope it was worth it. I hope it was worth it. I suffer for your entertainment while eating these really questionable grapes. Alright, whatever. Dak Faden, I've played against it like once. I don't know what it did, I can't remember. Oh, it stole my artifact and then still lost. I think that was off stream. So I don't even know what my opponents just played. What is this? Whenever you discard stuff. Oh, alright. Yeah. I'm interested in dealing with that, I think. I would say with confidence. You might as well swing at it. Yeah, might as well. Yeah, we're gonna do something about that. I think? Yes. We're gonna do something about that. That can be a problem as the game proceeds. I still have to figure out how to actually cast my commander, though. Which, as we can see, is not currently available to me. There's no way they cast Dak Faden, and this draw-go game, I don't think favors me. So I feel as though I'm already losing. I would say with confidence, if they don't play anything, I am losing this game. Or currently losing. Yep, so we're just in a losing position. Still gonna draw 2. Let's get you. I don't think there's any countering this. That would be kind of wild. Yep. So, oh, I drew Lightning Axe. Look at that. Yep, there's not much to do now. The only thing my opponent has is a counterspell, apparently. No cantrip. Oh, creature targeted stuff. Oh, I'm gonna need luck, that's for sure. This is where having a pivot would be nice. It's funny seeing the cabbage on the oh, look at it. This is going to be a death by 1,000 cuts game. Opponent, you're not doing anything. Quit LARPing. Thank you. We draw nothing. Yep. You got it. With Dark Ritual, maybe I can try to cast it twice. Seems completely futile, though. Alright. I'm going to try to cast it 2 turns in a row. I'm going to also leave up double blue. Mana leak. Can't say I would have ever respected that. I'm not going to cast Dark Ritual in response to that. I mean, like I said, this game is probably just completely over. Well, I guess I'm all in on ridiculousness at this point. Lose to wash away? Yep. Okay. I don't know what they do to target this, but I'm pretty sure there's a lot of things that target this. And that I just don't have any answer to. That is one of them. How do you have exactly 4? What? Own in exile. Oh, alright. Okay. I'm done. Like I said, that game was over the moment my opponent didn't do anything on turn 3. The every other turn after that was 100% over. We had no play. I should have just conceded right then and there. 0% chance to win from that spot. My opponent is fully aware of what's going on as well. It's just completely over. I just didn't even get to play the game there. I'm gonna get this, because I can just deal with this on my turn. And I will, you know. I don't see a reason to brainstorm. Still don't see a reason to brainstorm. Double black is a reason to brainstorm, I guess. I'm much more interested in trying to resolve my commander and actually swing with it, though. So, Agatha's Soul Cauldron. What? Okay. Alright, well, it's in play. We did that to some sort of avail. They did not exile their Mossborn Hydra. Wait, they went after my land. Oh, looks like we're gonna die. White removal spell. This is a 3/3. No, we didn't. Look at that. World first Firelord Azula attack. Amazing. So, swing. And then I think I want to do this? I think I do want to do this. Yeah, this feels right. Let's get that out of there. And I think I'll bounce the Cauldron. They're not really incentivized to use... Oh, I guess they... Yeah, I forgot they can target my graveyard. As I say, you might as well just wait, because it's not that crazy. Could have brainstormed, could have consulted. I just want some stuff in play and also remove my opponent's entire board. Seems ideal. So, what happens if I cut that down? I don't really have to think about that. Also, I should have... Yeah, right, that was a mistake. I should have brainstormed fetched in combat. So, that happens, that happens. I'm going to hold control, I'm going to cast brainstorm. I'm going to let one resolve. I'm going to put... Alright. Nothing too crazy here. Gonna kill this. I can let go of control. It's funny the red mana is being annoying. Does that have something to do with it? Alright, yep. I mean, like I said, if you ever actually attack with this, it is extremely crushing when you finally swing with it. But if they killed it, we were doing nothing. It's pretty all in. Cool when it works, though. A lot of stuff here. The basic mountains, though, I gotta reevaluate how many are in here. There's just like infinite value if you actually get into combat. What is this? Welcome to Arena. Play a game with cosmetics. It took me this long. I am not very materialistic, am I? Hey! I don't think... Yeah, I didn't have one of these. Sweet. I don't know where it goes, but now I have one. I have the $30 modern staple. Alright, how many red... Oh, the partner thing, please. There's always some irritating bug, I feel, with this game. We get rid of one and we find another. Yeah, I'm gonna work on the mountain issue. Or just the land situation. I guess... We're not a green deck, so we can play check lands? Also the ping lands. Whoop, not that one. Wait, we're missing one still? No, it's right there. It's right there. Don't listen to me. Summit. Catacomb. Falls. Yes. Alright, there we go. Lands slightly better. Cavern Souls? Is in here. Bro, these grapes. Oh my goodness. What is going on? Why am I still eating them? I don't know. We're up against the Military Task Force. That's what my opponent's name means. Oh yeah, what is it? Athreos. Alright, so we full stop will never have our commander this game. This deck is only removal. Yeah, the Shrine deck is pretty cool. I had someone in my comments say it was the best thing ever, and it shouldn't have existed. They're like, yeah, it was a mistake to make a better Shrine commander. And I'm sitting there like, I wish Shrines were good, because that sounds really cool. I don't know what this person's talking about, and they have not replied since. I'm in no rush to cast anything. In fact, I'm in no rush to have this game continue out. I might just concede. I don't know. I don't think I can beat this, like, fundamentally. There is no resolving this and having it chill. I think it's 100% impossible. There's like 45 removal spells, maybe 40, 45-ish. If it's anything like I would have it as a commander. Why can I not bedevil? Oh, because I'm not smart. Okay. Well, I have a counter spell that my opponent definitely doesn't care about. Let's go ahead and Maybe I should have just cast my commander there. Maybe I should have just sent it. Okay, they send their commander. That seems, unusual. I don't understand. Yeah, I don't get that. I mean, it's just a trade because they kill mine and we just go back and forth, which, I mean, yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna make them kill it, obviously. That's what we came here to do. There is... I'm 1 mana off from surviving this, which is tragic. Yeah. 1 mana off. Can't do anything about it. I did not draw a land. There's no creature for them to reanimate. I'm still just killing it, obviously. I have to kill it at some point. Oh, I should have franked it. Yeah, I should have cast Frantic Search there. That was a mistake. This takes Counterspell, so I just hide the rest of my hand, because it just takes Counterspell anyways. Still no land. Could just sorcery speed. That seems kind of dumb. Alright, I'm just going to pass. Sure. No devotion. Hardly matters. Ah, really? There were 3 lands on the top? I don't even know. I guess that and that. Necromancy Shieldred doesn't do anything. They're playing into the Electrolyte. Oh, no, they're not. Don't listen to me. Sacrifice a non-token creature? Okay, I can cast it again. If I reanimate and then they steal it with their commander, I'd lose the game. Probably not a good idea. This is funny. It's a way to do stuff that doesn't involve... combat? I still don't know how I'm winning. I really don't. My opponent has nothing because their whole hand kills my commander. So, like, I don't know what I'm really doing. That's funny. This is also funny. I'd rather not. I don't want a creature involved in this game because their commander exists. Okay. Redundant removal. K-command. They can't reanimate this, so I can just plus and spam it and demand that they do something about it. Oh look, they can do something about it. Well, as you can see, my commander cannot play this game. But I have a zombie. A lot of mana rocks. I'm gonna hold the fetch land still. Alright, get in there, zombie. They hit you with a 2-2. It's going the other way. Cut down. There is some things I can do about that, but nothing that would make a lot of sense to me, so. And then pass. K command. Wipe out the mana rock or something. There's no doing anything about that. Nothing that I like to do about it, so. Okay. Discard 2 damage. And then... Oh, wait. If I flash this in... No, that's not a good idea. It's not a good idea, because then they can just get it back. Necromancy doesn't work here. They take Necromancy. Why would you take Necromancy? I don't get it. Alright. One of these two? This one? Yeah. So I can cast my commander, and there's only 2 cards. My whole hand is basically the same as my opponent's hand. It's not the end of the world if it dies, because I could, again, just keep doing it. They do know my whole hand, but there's no tricks anyways. No surprise here. I'm not going to tutor for a counterspell that's ridiculous. Alright, I can do that again. They're basically in top deck mode. Okay. I wonder if I am winning? Did we actually push through, like, 33 removal spells to get to this point? Skyclave Apparition. No? What did I go on top? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. How do they deal with Necropotence if I deal with the final 7 cards they have? Can they get rid of this? Do I just... So there's the final pile of cards here. One of them will most assuredly kill my commander. But, like, how do they deal with Necropotence? Oh, I forgot to play the land first. I'm an idiot. So, you and you. Okay. How do you deal with the Necropotence? Okay, you need to sack a creature you control for that one. I literally have burn spells in my deck, so this is not free. That is not free at all. Okay. Sure. That gets around Necropotence, albeit slowly. All right. Still outs in my deck. All right. They blow up their own Necropotence. Alright, so that's no longer part of the equation. Peak doesn't really matter, honestly. I draw literally nothing for the trillionth time. Can I cast this and not lose the game? Sure. It's like a 20-mana discard spell. Can I just take 8? No, Terminus is gonna just be a thing, so... How does Unearth read? Or if it would leave the battlefield. So, bounce? Alright, it does exile it. Isn't that, like, really not a good idea? Well, I guess it makes sense. Well, when you have reprieve, it makes perfect sense. Alright. We had a window for like 4 turns to draw something like Lightning Bolt, and of course, why would we? And then we lost. Alright, there was windows to win, but again, without my commander being a part of the game, it just feels like I'm wasting my time. I feel like I just wasted my time there, I don't know. I got desperate. There was windows that I had to win that I don't think I should have had. My opponent was playing a bit loose there. But never punished, right? Never punished. Unpunishable. You could genuinely get locked under Necropotence. There's not a large incentive to play it. in my opinion. And they felt like they had to play it. And they won because they played it, instead of losing. Oh, that's a currency converter. Interesting. Another black-white deck that probably has 18,000 removal spells. Okay. Sure. How does that help with your commander? Sacrifice a non-spirit, return target. What? I'm so confused. Put Azula cards in the Alright, yeah, I mean, sure. Oh look, my opponent did nothing. It's almost like my commander would die immediately. Draw a card, then discard a card. Sure. So, shatter, discard? Okay. This doesn't have haste, does it, right? No? Hmm. They reanimate Emrakul. I think I have to eat that. It is just a 13/13, and I can't deal the remaining damage. So, I feel like I have no choice. And we're in that position where, I mean, I have to somehow untap with my commander. But there's nothing else to do, so at this point, just cast it. Oh look, my commander died. Wow. No way. So, I'm going to do this now. Treasure, draw 2, discard 2. Let's get rid of Snuff Out. Wow, really? I didn't think I was in a winning position. No answer or nothing? All you had to do was reanimate Shieldred. That would also actually do it. I can't kill it. Oh, I guess I could bounce it? That doesn't answer it permanently, though. Huh. Very interesting. I didn't feel confident about the situation. Cling to Dust is something maybe to leave up, but obviously I can't leave it up right now. Alright, I don't know. After the 20-minute slow loss of the black-white deck last time, I thought this would be a lot worse, but I guess it wasn't. Okay. I didn't have Cling to Dust that turn, though. Oh, Goat with the resub. Thank you. I don't know. I haven't had a laptop in a very long time. Alright, well, their commander makes food tokens. But that's not the main thing here. The main thing is it's just a mono-green deck that probably has infinite mana. Oh, look. Mono-green deck with infinite mana. Can't even counter their 3-mana card with my 2-mana counter spell. Oh, they don't have a land. Wow. The ultimate punish, maybe? Oh, no, they just sandbagged it. Does not go for their commander. I think I would. Seems like this is the ultimate matchup for it, because my deck has a lot of stuff. Okay, well, the food tokens don't matter anymore. That wasn't very fast. Food tokens absolutely do not matter anymore. Do I even counter their commander? Do I even counter this? Why do I care about food tokens? Like, why do I care? All they do is make mana. That's it. My opponent has displayed the ability to play 2 land sources a turn since turn 1. So I don't really know what more mana does for them. They already have 6. Yeah, I'm not countering their commander. I suppose I will draw in response, though. I don't make a food token for whatever that's worth. Let's play this Yep. I feel like I'm getting my mountains every game. There's only like 3 in the deck now. A lot of mountains. Alright, well, we're in Azula territory where you just make mana and then ask the question of what do you do with it all. That is a legendary. That is a legendary, thankfully. I'm not really interested in not playing this, because I want to actually play it for once and have it do something. Mono green seems like the best case scenario for it to get away with something. So, combat. Opponent gets a bunch of food tokens from this, but again, I don't think I care too much. Let's see if they block. Nope. So, let's do this. Get rid of, I think, cut down. Because again, the 2 cards in play I don't care about. So. Okay, I found another blue source. Unfortunately, it's not in play, though. It would have been amazing to be in play. There is no reason to do anything here. I'm just going to chill. Oh, they lose the food token. That's funny. I don't think that matters, though. And pass. Right? Yep. Well, that's a very good top deck. I think they did just top deck that, too. Naturalize, exile, gain 4. Okay. Well, here's Great Henge just turning the game around, as is tradition. My graveyard doesn't matter. I think they... Did they exile it? Are they just doing everything? I don't know what's happening. Yeah, they're getting rid of my graveyard, sure. I don't think that really matters, but it is what happened. Yep. Of course, these have counters on it, so my efficient removal spell is a wash. So, combat. Blue, black, 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 blue. Let's do frantic. Oh, they're over it. Alright. They're just over it. Well, it literally was just Azula. The Cabbage Man is just another Azula. It just generates... It vomits a bunch of mana in play, but it still asks the same question. You need something out of your hand to have this matter. Otherwise, all that mana doesn't do anything. Like, my opponent had 4, 5, 6, 7, I guess technically 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 mana right here. and nothing to do with it. But there's plenty of draws that mono green could have that just immediately win, and this is not going to take long to win with Great Henge. I don't have a guarantee crazy thing here. I'm actually generating a lot of mana for my opponent, but again, that doesn't matter. They have Omniscience because they're mono green. But it depends what the Frantic Search does. It untaps all of my lands. I don't have 6. I guess I should have played this I wanted another blue source, though. But with the Frantic Search... Well, that's not actually true, because I can untap 3 and then spend it, and then untap 3, so I don't actually lose the total 6 untap. Yeah, let's go through it here. We draw 4. Probably get rid of some lands. This doesn't really do much, but I can remove the counters and then kill them, or I could just Baleful Mastery, honestly, to not let them draw anything, because I can't answer this. So we Baleful these 2. We have 6 more mana than it looks, so this is gone. We have 6. We can Mystical Teachings twice, and then we'd have 2 left. And I guess I could Heartless Act these 2? No, I don't want to kill this, because they recast it and draw. Neat. Maybe we're over it, though. Heartless Act in response to the Henge, yep. That might have been the best it was ever going to be, so... Rip. Ba-da-da-da-da. This is the spells in graveyard? So everything's uncounterable. I think this is a combo deck. I haven't seen this in almost a year and a half. At least a year and a half ago it was like a combo deck. This is Dead in the Water. I guess it's not awful. I don't know, we'll see. I would actually like to see what my opponent's deck is. It's something I would like to play myself. I don't have red mana. I am Consider on the draw, though. Yeah, this is fine. It's as good as it is. Lonely Sandbar. I will up you with Xander's Lounge. The 1 penny cycle land and the $20 cycle land. I don't... Well, if I don't draw a red source next turn... Oh, wait, I drew one. What am I talking about? Don't listen to me. I literally have no idea what I'm talking about. Do not listen to me. I will blow this up. I don't think a braid's getting better than this, so... Bloop. Opponent's impressed by my swift action, I suppose. This can obviously still get counter-spelled. Things are counterable until my opponent's commander is in play. Let's see if there is a counterspell. Let's see. Alright, there is. There's not really anything else they could have here that would hold that, so... No commander for us. I feel slightly more comfortable in this position. We've just encountered a wall of decks that just laugh in the face of trying to cast 4-mana 4/4. That is not at all worth countering over, fighting over. Actually, if I do fight over it, this doesn't have any text on it anymore, so... Wow! Wasn't expecting that. Soul Guide Lantern. I can't say I care about that. Isn't that, like, antithetical to... No, it's only opponents. Okay. Still kind of crazy, though. I could just get another counterspell here. Actually, you know what? Let's get Triumphant. I feel like this is the kind of card my opponent will very much like to counter. And we like positions like that, so... The Soul Guide Lantern doesn't matter. I've seen a lot of Graveyard Hate today, too, which I can rather decisively deal with, I feel. By simply ignoring it. Okay, interesting. What? What? Hello. Hello. Alright, well. That's a... Yep. I don't know how I ever get this into play, though, but it's in my, that zone. That's another really good draw. So I kind of have, like, the best of my deck for this situation. But this deck, if it goes 50 turns without doing anything, I think I'm slowly irking into disadvantage territory. We'll see. I haven't seen the haha critical mass degeneracy. Oh, right. This exiles the Clink. That's fine, though. Why do I care about that? I'm getting hung up on something that doesn't matter. Okay, let's crack the fetch land now. See if they're paying attention. This lets the Cling to Dust exist, whereas it otherwise would not exist. Okay, so that worked out. Wait. Exile 5 other cards. Oh, alright. There is nothing I can do about that. Alright, so their Lantern actually did do something. Actually did. I don't lose the game if this is countered. So... 1 black, red, blue? Yeah, alright, so we found that window we keep finding in games where we cast it and don't lose if it's answered. I can't defend it if they have Frogifies, so it's not realistic. Not gonna lie, I didn't expect a bounce spell, but of all the ways to deal with it, that is one that I will gladly have happen. Opponent does the same thing as we do. Very interesting. Very interesting. I did not expect that. Alright, so... red, black, blue... Do it again. This card, I think, is the Sphinx's, or turns it into a Raven, right? The Raven thing. Or the extra turn. Ah, yeah. Which, of course, I don't have anything for. Multiple choice. X is 4. Make a 4/4. Bounce my creature. Scry 1, draw 1. Sure. Multiple choice. Never seen that cast. I like my opponent's deck a whole lot here. Yep, go to my hand, you make a 4/4, yep. That's cool. I like that. Doesn't seem too reliable to try to, like, protect that 4/4. Nor do I think the game is about the 4/4, so. They've bounced my commander twice. We are finding land drops. Love to see it. Oop, that's not how I do it. I cheat it. There we go. I uncheat it. Sure. Was that the Foretold card? No, it wasn't. It was just a different Foretold card. I haven't seen the critical mass situation yet. It was Raven form. I was right. It was. Okay. Firemind Vessel. There's nothing about that I can do. I think I'm going to cast Jin-Gitaxias now. It is genuinely an issue, I feel, for this deck, so... Do I have another blue here? Oh, I don't. Oof. Blue? No. Yeah, we're gonna windmill slam this and I suppose respect Mana Leak. This feels like a huge problem, but maybe it isn't. Oh, come on, man. Why can't I get anything in this game, dude? Like, oh my goodness. I can't do anything. Ay, ay, ay. I just can't get anything done in this game. Today has been a litany of just answer everything. My goodness. You gotta be kidding me. Whatever. Oh, does this get to bounce the enchantment I just cast? I think it does. Yep. I didn't wait. Whoops. Alright. You got it. Why not? See, the moment I try to cast my opponent's card, I just lose on the spot. Amazing. Must be nice to have perfect answers all the time. That is actually the only card in your deck that does that. Everything else would be countered by Jin-Gitaxias. Actually amazing. Punished for trying to play anything. Who would have guessed? Was his Thoughtseize? No. Sure. Yeah, that's fine. The game's not about stopping them from putting creatures in the graveyard, because I'd be here all day, and they would never successfully stop that, so. What does that do? Power formation. So they cast their commander. I proceed to immediately lose. Let's see if they get... No, yeah, I lose the game. Alright. They did not mill 4 for some reason. I can't say that matters too much. Go for it. You already have, like, the best... The graveyard is full of things that win instantly. That doesn't matter. And then do this. My graveyard. So, kill that. I don't think this... I don't know what I'm actually assuming why this works. This doesn't work like I think it does it? Oh, this also doesn't go to my graveyard anyways. Yeah, then they just get it back anyways, right? There's no, like, tripping that up or anything? Oh, alright. Boring! Well, this commander so far is awful. It's, like, really, really, really bad. But that's just because you can't play it. If you do it, you just win, but you can't. So you just lose. Like, imagine we were our opponent's deck, where we can just cast it for 4 mana and instantly win, instead of passing the turn and instantly losing. It is literally that big of a difference. We could have, like, identical decks, too. What is... Moonslayer? Okay, I didn't expect to see that kind of deck today. Interesting. I commend all mono-red players for trying to do anything remotely meaningful. Let's get you and kill that. I don't think I have to make a move. Lands? Non-basic lands that are tapped. Blah, 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 blah. Alright. I don't like Dismember here, but I guess I have to do it. Can we stop casting things, please? That'd be great. Yeah, I think we'll pass the turn. That seems ideal here. Amped Raptor. Let's not play against that right now. I think I'm going to kill their commander, because it's hard to get it back into play and also do anything else. There's a slight mistake with my mana here, but there's nothing I can do about it now. Alright, I'm not going to brainstorm. I'm just not going to brainstorm. Alright, I guess I'm just still going to lose to the Legacy funny card. That doesn't shuffle. Cool. Alright, I just got thrashed by mono red, which I didn't ever expect. My deck is fairly well prepared for that, so that's kind of embarrassing. Of course, my opponent has the... Well, honestly, if it wasn't for the $30 Legacy rare, I think we're fine. But they just had damage and the absolute ultimate perfect answer to my commander, and the removal spell I cast earlier, because they just sacked it to kill my commander. So, like, the Broadside Bombardier effectively soloed me. Just got soloed by a Legacy staple. The rest of the chip damage just, like, tacked it enough. This is a weird-looking hand. It's a really weird-looking hand. Is this the same person earlier? No, it's not. I don't think they have this sleeve here. last person, I think, did play Lin Rails on one. Or was that the Combi player? No, that was the Cabbage Man. Oh boy. Haywire Might? What? Do I care about that? No. This land? Yeah. I don't think I care about Haywire Might. So I can blow up the wells. Well, that seems stupid. I think I just killed their commander, right? Okay. Okay, a bunch of 1/1 counter nonsense. Interesting. Doesn't do much without your commander, though, it seems. I think I will kill this. Because it's just a creature that can have counters placed on it throughout the course of this game. And I feel like I functionally lose if I cast my commander here. But maybe not, because they have to... if they don't deal with it, I don't just lose. So I guess that's fine. And if they do, I don't lose to whatever thing they do on top of that. So I think this is a fine window. LVD's list. Well, they're reading their cards, so I guess it's safe to assume that is the case. So there's 6 6s. Let's go into combat and try to do stuff. 5? No, destroy artifact. Do that. Heist first. For no true reason. Just doing it. Portal to Phyrexia. Well, I don't want my opponent to ever have that, so I guess I'll take it. This card is stupid. I mean, actually, all of these are kind of funny. Do I have a fetch land? I do. So this actually has something going on. And we should just draw 2. And then, because I'm always doing this, I might as well do it now. Okay. Could have cast slightly differently there. I don't know. Did I play a land? I did. Is that 3? It's 3, but it gets 8 because of these things. Oh, I'm just dead? Okay. I'm just dead. Out of nowhere. Amazing. Amazing. Dead exactly, too. And of course. I think drown is weird. This whole hand is weird. Is it that weird, though? Yeah, it is. It is that weird, yeah. I would say so. Not keeping that one. I don't know, yeah, I just spun randomly for it. Just keep queuing into Sparky, it'll happen eventually. Really? Nothing on turn 2 in a red-green deck like that? That's crazy. Or nothing on 1 either, actually. Interesting. That is a land. This is an artifact, right? I think I'm going to draw 2 with this. That depends what they do. Okay, I didn't expect that. Yep. Well, we came here to do this. That's what we came here to do, so... Land removal spell commander, I probably just lose, but... I don't think this continuously gets chapter tokens if I deal with it. Wait, let's calm down. Let's do this. Getting ahead of myself. So... more mana somehow? No. Let him go to blocks. Frog it up. Let combat end. And double peak. Oh, whoops, this is not double peak. We're out of combat. Don't listen to me, I don't know how to play the game. And let's go to discard. How many cards? Discard 2. You and... actually, let's keep that. Let's get rid of you and you. Alright, my opponent has endless ramp spells. Endless ramp spells. As is tradition with green. I can abrade this, but I don't care too much about it currently. I think their best bet here is to just Haro Flare. That's probably the best thing to do, but that does mean I untap with my commander. But it doesn't look like they can do anything about that anyways. Yeah, so that is in fact what you should do here. I know my green players can't help themselves. You can't tell if I'm having fun or not today? What do you mean? I'm having a great time. I'm playing Magic. When is Magic not fun? Why did they do nothing? I'm not sure. Opposition agent doesn't do anything, right? It's only tutoring? Searching? I don't understand. I mean, I'm just casting the flare here. So... this heists, it specifically does not opposition agent anything. Alright, 4 cards. Come on. Let me see them. Let's go. Don't you dare concede. You let me double heist. Don't you dare. Casualties. I mean, okay. I can cast casualties to do something. Oh, binding is nice. And crop rotation is mana, which is actually kind of cool. Let's do that. Let's do that. That seems cool. Look at that. We did it. We did it. This forces out the opposition agent. Look at that. And then I can just counter it. No, we had to braid that. Yeah, we braid that. Look at that. Let's get Verge lands? I don't think it matters. Yeah, it doesn't really matter. And bop them. And you know what? Let's just bribery. We're so far ahead. I'm gonna bribery. Give me the spazazz. Ugh. Well, Primeval Titan's really good. What is Lumra doing? Okay, Lumra is actually really good because there's a lot of lands in my graveyard. Oh man, look at that. Look at that. Alright. Alrighty. So they have to deal with the board, and they also have to not die to these things, and then my hand still exists, and we have Omniscience. So, that's a good start. That's a very good start, actually. None of this is trample. If they sack the original to flare, it's going to feel kind of... well, it doesn't really matter. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Alright, they're just dead. They have 4 blockers. No, you have to sack the original. But we have Cyclonic Rift. If I did not have Cyclonic Rift, I'm still winning rather decisively unless they consistently vomit lands into play, which at this point could just be really hard. Oh, they have a land drop. Oh, they have a land drop. Alright. So this is a way to survive. That would have done it, but I have the answer to it, so... Alright. I thought they already... or couldn't play a land and got stuck at 4, but with 8, then any land is, the game just turns around. It's funny how Scute Swarm is just that dumb. Scute Swarm's just like, look what I'm doing, and then suddenly I just can't win if I don't have a way to deal with it instantly. And this really is the only way to deal with it. If I didn't have this, I don't actually know what I'm going to do. Draw a bunch here, so we draw 4. I can kill 2 of them. They're down to 6. 1 has to block. They're down to 5. They definitely don't block the 4. And then I can kill another down to... wait, hold on. I got confused again. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They have 3 left. They would go down to 3 left. If I Necromancy Mossborn... how many fetch lands did this get? 1, 2, 3, 4. So I can Necromancy Mossborn Hydra, or I could Necromancy Scute Swarm because it's dead. And I would actually outpace their Scute Swarms with this many fetched lands. Interesting. And there's a ton of damage here. Each of these is 4 damage because of these. Yeah, we'd have a we'd have... but I think Mossborn is slightly more efficient. The trampling giant thing gets through their Scute Swarms, but it is a single threat, and they can cast a single removal spell, so I probably do steal Scute Swarm here. Also, I shouldn't have swung with this, but who cares? Alright, cool. I mean, the whole deck is already Flash. Like, the whole deck is Instance. I don't think giving Ed my... It doesn't do anything. It gives my Commander Flash, which is actually turning it into probably something actually viable, because you can cast it, like, whenever you want. But other than that specific thing, it doesn't help with the rest of the deck, and it doesn't seem very good. But who knows? Because it gives your Commander Flash, it could just suddenly be from, like, a whatever card to literally the best card in the deck just to give your Commander Flash. It could be that significant. I don't know. Oh, a Johnny. Well, it's Gitrog Monster and a Johnny, which... I don't know the last time I've actually, like, full stop beat a Johnny. It's been a while. I'm not gonna lie. It has been a while since I've beat a Johnny. I don't normally see a Johnny, though, because I don't really play, like, those super high Q commanders. Or hell Q commanders, whatever. I guess I'm just pondering. I don't even know what I'm looking for. Oh, jeez. Wait, this is fine? This is fine. Yeah. It's as fine as it's gonna get, so. It's as fine as it is going to get. What the heck is that? Whenever you attack, sack another creature, artifact, make a 4/1. Choose a background. Okay. It sticks around forever? Another creature you can choose. It's not a legendary. Alright, well that's very good. I suppose I should kill that and make a treasure token? Actually, no. Should do this. Get rid of you and you. You finally got it? Huge. You think a Johnny gets banned? What? Why should a Johnny get banned? I don't agree with that at all. That just should be in Hell Queue. With like Keenan and Sethis and stuff. I don't want to ban a Johnny. I haven't beaten it in, like, ever since it came out. I think I might have beaten it once. Like, once ever. But I don't have a problem with it. I just have a problem with it when I'm playing decks that don't do anything against it, which is, like, 80% of the meta. No, not meta. I mean, card pool. I shouldn't ever see it as this. In my opinion. What does this actually do? Oh, I should have responded to that. Yeah, that was a mistake. I mean, again, it doesn't matter. This game is just so over. Well, if only I knew I was going to draw Consider. Yeah, I should have waited till... or before combat. Again, I don't believe it has much merit. I just lose slightly faster now, I guess. When this enters, deal 1 damage. Cool. That was fun. I'm sure it is banned in Duel Commander for a reason, but so is Baral, and Baral is not banned here. Yeah, Johnny was the most played in the event. I would have played Sithis, though, if I was going to play it for real. I just would have played Green-White Enchantress. Oh, Baral got unbanned? Oh, what? Never mind. Dies are put in the graveyard, conjure... Okay. Interesting. I guess I'm taking 3? I don't know. Can I kill both of those with Electrolyze? Oh my goodness, I can. The blowout is real. Wasn't even something I was cognitively thinking about. Boop, boop. I'm gonna consider here. Yeah, worked out. And then I'm going to pass the turn. Probably find an island here. What does this do when it dies? If it wasn't blocking, draw a card. Very interesting. Alright, I'll take 2. When it dies, make a thing. Sure. So... Sorry command, treasure, poke the death touch thing. Looks like they have removal, which I pretty easily survive. Yeah, we can just cast this. I can't stop the removal spells, so I have to just let them cast it. They get rid of Reassembling Skeleton. Okay. So far, not really anything that Ashnod actually cares about has been cast. Which is kind of funny. Winter Moon. Okay, I can play around that. A bit surprised to even see that. Looks like there's yet another spell? I don't really care. If this dies, I have more magic to play after it dies. So I think I will just put it into play. I don't even have a crazy turn or hand with this card anyways, so... I'm gonna have to big score something here. Snapcaster Mage, does that do anything with the cards in my grave? It actually does. Snapcaster Mage has play here. Okay, slightly better than maybe anything else. They do not unearth the other 3-1. I really don't understand why. That's odd. This is just another thing that could have been good here, and now is just not doing anything. Oh, I should have held it to stop the 3-1 hitting me at some point. That might have been slightly better of an idea. Let's play the pass the turn game. Yeah. Yeah, Ashnod would have not done anything this game, which is really upsetting. Let's bounce that. Again, not unearthing, and I don't know why. Let's do creature token, I guess. Play that as a land? Yeah. And then pass. I guess I could Tails End this. It's not doing anything else. Sword of Fire and Ice. Well, I wasn't expecting that one. Well, that's not great. Well, that's also not great. And I lose to the sword, so I cannot do anything. Alright. Wintermoon Fountain Port. Not the best combo there, but I guess it is when your opponent is the deck that they're playing. Another mono red deck. Today has been extremely strange. I'm not gonna lie. It's been a wall of like removal spam counterspell stuff. Some aggro sprinkled in. Somehow saw a Johnny. A very strange day. Inti with currency converter instead of a 1-drop is nuts. Do you even currency... What do you even do with currency converter here? I have no idea. Literally nothing. Yeah, okay, this is... Oh, well, that's not how the card works. Don't listen to me. Okay. So... Blue-red. You just play that and pass, yep. Castle Embereth. Is this like a... I don't know. I am... Does this have haste? No? I mean, by all means, try to kill my 4/4 mono red person. If they did kill this, their hand is very strange. Of course, they have a removal spell, so their hand to me is strange. Yep, and they didn't have a land, so I was correct in assessing that their hand is in fact strange. Okay, do it again. Well, I didn't concede instantly, so there must be an answer to it. Oh, of course. I'm gonna just... No. No, no, no. What am I doing? No, 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 no. Actually, Alright. Fine. Land, and... I think this has value still, so I will take that. Yeah, the matchmaking has been kind of nutty. Shove aside. Alright, that doesn't really matter. What happens if it's a non-artifact? Land, create treasure. Non-land, make a zombie. Another Wintermoon player. What is going on? What is going on today? Well, good thing I took the mana leak. Yeah, I'm not going to try to sprinkle Wintermoon into this scenario here. And we just pass. I will... You know what I should do at this point is just cast this. Yeah, we should just cast it as a 2/3. This can genuinely cause a lot of problems. You discard a card, put a card... What is there? Blood Moon. I do not have an island. Return target creature's owner's hand. Bro, I don't know what is going on today. This is just wild. It's absolutely wild. There's no reason to go into anything right now. So let's start with eating random thing. What is going on? Good lord. This is the game where my opponent killed my commander twice with double singular spells. It's actually just nuts. Yep, gonna kill your thing. Again. How do you have something here? What? Okay. I don't know what it could have possibly been. That's actually unbelievable. I mean, can I even draw? No. Unbelievable. Winter Moon, Flood Moon. Like what is going on? Today has been just nuts. I don't know. The Avatar set came out and people are doing like I've seen a very, very wide range of crazy things today. And unfortunately, I'm just playing one of the weaker commanders, so I'm like putting myself at a disadvantage. Where are all these cool decks when I'm playing something else? Where are they when I'm not playing this exact deck? Where are they? I'm gonna just get Xander's Lounge. Oh, there's a Mana Confluence. That's kind of weird in a two-color deck, isn't it? I don't think I agree with that. It's probably free enough, though. It's just probably a little unnecessary. I did not expect my opponent to just windmill slam their commander on turn 2, but that's what they did. Pass, yeah. You cast it again? Nope. This is a spot where I kind of lose if I go for it. So I probably can't. Yep, I don't... It's just one of those games I'm just going to lose a draw go. That was a good draw. I'm not incentivized to try to go for it right now, though. Man, I wish I had... Maybe we could think about more discard spells and stuff to try to have that. Arcane Signet's funny. I can't do... Yeah, the other two are kind of meh. Arcane Signet's okay. I'm not upset with Arcane Signet. So... Brainstorm? I like most of the cards in my hand, so not looking to brainstorm, really. A land is fine. Arcane Signet. And then... just pass? Mystical Tutor. Is there any... There's nothing I can do about that. Bribery wouldn't have done it, so... They get Expressive Iteration? What? That's just crazy. There's got to be a better spell than that. I do not know what that's about. That's nuts. Oh, you can just find the extra turn. Of course you can. Why not? No. Why not? You can just simply find it. Okay. Why think about anything when you can just find it naturally? When it gets rid of, what was that, Lightning Bolt? Bribery? I'm going to put this in blue, and I want to shuffle, so I'm going to shuffle now before I forget. Knowing me, it's entirely possible I do. Let's do that. Alright. We have another Shatter effect, and I'm getting to the point where I like have to Bribery, because it's just like the only thing to do. I don't think this is a very good Bribery game, but it's all I got, so could loot it away. I've yet to lose after casting it. I don't know if this matchup is going to change that. Discard a card, look at the top X, or artifacts. Okay. Sure. We're in a spot where we can actually just cast this. I haven't actually cast it yet. I can cast it 2 turns in a row before I just lose instantly. Well, that's probably was in their hands starting turn 1. Yep, we can just ask that question repeatedly. Where does that go? Okay. Yep. Opponent doesn't do anything else. Destroy. Treasure? Okay. Yeah, right into the One Ring, yep. Why not? Why not? Oh, you have protection now. I can't target with a bribery. Why not? Totally randomly spun off the top there. Well, there's no card that answers this, but it's not doing anything. It's just a 4/4. And play patterns is in play, so... Lightning Bolt doesn't do it. Extra turn probably just does it. Of course, they find the extra turn in there. Yep, they cast it. Drawing it's the same. I mean, do whatever they want here. Doesn't matter. Alright, we draw nothing. I can play the game. Nope, just more answers. Look. Oh, fabricate for the best card in your deck. They need a spell. Kaimil gives you a spell. And then the game's over. Fun. I had a great time. 2 perfect counter spells for the 2 times I cast my commander. Randomly draws a removal spell for my commander, and then finds Paradox Engine One Ring off of Kaimil. Okay, I'm done. I'm just done. I'm over it. Today has been a wall of kind of the most absurd things I've ever seen. Just back to back. Okay, not the most absurd things I've ever seen, to be fair. But today has been just a boatload of semi-crazy things. It happens sometimes. It's a card game. So you'll just get days where you don't get to do anything. Now, what I said initially about this commander having issues was right. You can't just play this, so it's just bad. When you cast it and it swings, it is really good. It's one of probably the best things to do in Grixis is have this be in the red zone. Because once it's in the red zone, you're doing a ton of very threatening and very scary things, and it never stops. Well, for the most part, it doesn't stop. But it's kind of like VV, except VV doesn't have to attack. Well, actually, now the new VV, I suppose, does kind of need to... you don't get the mana, you have to like tap it, so it's slightly different, but it's kind of the same. But if I ever attacked with this, I basically won the game And if I ever didn't attack with it, I kind of always lost. I'll have to go back and look, but I'm pretty sure I just lost every time I did not ever swing with this. There were games where they have a counter spell and you can just play into them over and over, but that's probably how you lose. And if you find windows to cast it and it's killed, and those windows, like you cast it and you're like, alright, I don't lose if it dies, I'll cast it. So you cast it and it dies, inevitably. Goes to your opponent, some stuff happens, it goes back to you, and now you're like, alright, I gotta find the next window to cast it. But there's just a bunch of cards between then and that point that are not all your cards. Your opponent is still drawing cards. So this is awful. I say with confidence, this is a terrible commander. There's a lot of commanders that have the same issue, and this is just a new one with that issue. There are a ton of commanders with this issue, and I see comments all the time that say this is crazy, or cards like this are so powerful, oh, they're so good. That doesn't mean anything because you can't cast it. You can't cast it. I guess if I'm going to play it again, it needs... Do we have Mox Ember still? Did that get banned? No, it didn't. Okay. You can play Mox, always mulligan for it, so you always have it, and then play 27 dive down effects so you can protect it. Congratulations, your Firelord Azula, you can now untap with it. But you're never going to realistically... Actually, you know what? Because of that, the ley line that gives flash, and what's the other one? Someone said some cards that I didn't... High Fae? What does that do? No, Boots does not help. What does this do? You may cast spells as though they have flash. I mean, you might as well put it in here, not because Azula likes casting sorcery speed spells at instant speed. That is a cool thing to do, but that's irrelevant. The only thing you have to worry about is swinging with this, and then you're doing crazy stuff. You don't have to turn artifacts, creatures, enchantments into instants for Firelord Azula. You just need to swing with it, and then your instants in your deck are going to get there. So, with that being said, though, that's not, the idea of these kinds of cards is not to give this more options when it swings. It's to let it swing in the first place. That's it. That's all you got to concern yourself with. So this, I suppose, in some kind of way helps you do that. But if you don't agree with that, then I wouldn't play these. They don't... Suddenly turning bribery into 2 briberies is not... That doesn't matter. I will say this card was actually kind of nice. I did actually like this card. I'm not going to lie. Another one... Actually, full stop, I'm not going to lie. I kind of forgot this existed till just now. I'm not going to lie. This should have been in here to start. This is one of those... This is kind of really the only one that kind of... The other ones with any equip cost don't let you swing immediately. I genuinely forgot this existed. I'm sorry. So maybe there were 1 or 2 games where this would have been in play when I went to cast this. That does not change the wall of removal and the wall of counterspells as I saw today. I saw an unbelievable amount of counterspell decks. It's kind of crazy. I don't think a single game got Cavernous Souls in play either. I don't think I did. Maybe Urza's. Again, we're really hyper fixated. This probably is better than like a mountain or something. We are hyper fixated on just trying to stick this and swing with it, and that is so crucial that you should start playing funny, goofy cards that just help you do that consistently. Because once you do it, you have a fairly high chance of winning. I've seen this played as a combat trick spammer, and you just play a bunch of pump spells to make it swing for 7 and give it double strike and trample and stuff, and you can, double those spells in combat. But that's like a go tall strategy without auras and equipment. It's with spells, and your opponent could just... Like, you can't replay those spells again if your commander's answered. Go tall strategies really do not like a 4-mana 4/4 with 0 ward, hexproof, or... Shroud kind of removes the go tall aspect of it, so it's mostly like hexproof and ward. Without that stuff, this is just... I kind of wish this had some kind of protection on it, especially at this point in Magic's lifespan, you'd be surprised that something like this isn't somewhat evasive. It's just not evasive at all. I think this just isn't viable in 1v1 because your opponent can always kill it. In games where my opponents were, I guess, like a ramp spell, like green, where they can't interact with it, I felt like I was getting an advantage. The problem with green is its 6 mana plays on turn like 3, and you play this on turn 4, and they kind of sometimes just don't even care, right? Mono green is just kind of, or just green in general, not mono green, is just asking your opponent to be the one to react to everything, because you can just ignore them and then present so many threats so quickly they can't do much. I also lost to aggro, mono red aggro nonsense, which, as you can see, our deck is just full of counterspells and removal. So it's kind of surprising that not only did all the aggro decks just completely swarm me, they also answered this in ways that didn't even slow them down. Like, on top of this just never doing much, it was getting swamped by things that I feel like I have a fairly favorable matchup against. So, all in all, it was just a really bad day to be playing this. If I knew the lineup of opponents I was going to play today, I would not have played this commander. It didn't have a great time of an opponent's roster. Yeah, it's like looking at a roster of the players and the characters they're picking in like a fighting game tournament, and after you've already locked in your character and choice, you're like, oh, I just put myself in a really bad position. If we had open deck lists and I had like the sheets in front of me and I knew my opponents, like it would not be a day for this. But aside from that, it doesn't change the fact that it's extremely vulnerable, just like Tifa, just like Vivi. Tifa is 3 times, if not 4 times, as fast as this. So, and it's doing kind of the same thing. This gets to play some pretty cool cards. Like, it's really cool to play this twice. Like, it's fun. I like it. No one's going to let you do it, though. You know, no one's going to let you ever do that. Every time I did attack with this, I believe not only did I win, oh, wait. Let me think. Yeah, okay, so the games in which I attacked with it, not only did I win, I only needed to attack with it twice in those games. Or actually, sometimes even once. Some people actually, I think, even conceded when they just didn't have an answer. I played it, and they passed back to me and just conceded before I showed them anything. So the mindset is there. I think actually one person conceded when I had nothing. Just like, oh, you untap with it, I lose. It's like, I can see the logic, but you should at least make me show you the cards. Like, come on. But, yeah, so when you do the thing, you kind of win. And when you're doing the thing, you only really do it like once or twice before your opponent's dead. And then you're on to the next game where you're just trying to do the thing again. So when you're doing it, you're not doing it for long. The game is over very quickly. And that means your dopamine rushes are quite brief. They're flashing hits because you do the thing, you're having a great time for about 5 seconds. You won the game, but you got to move on to the next one because your opponent's going to die really quickly. So you don't get to do the thing when you're doing it very long. Now that's kind of, well, what's the word, pedantic. That's not like that doesn't fundamentally change like how the deck wins, but it's just funny that you finally do it, and then that rush of having the fire bending mana and the instancing combat flashing around is great. And then it's over as quickly as it started, which is unfortunate. So it's hard to get what you're maybe hoping for out of this commander. Before I played it today, I only saw it once, and like I said, it was a bunch of combat tricks. It did do the thing, actually. Funny enough, in that game, I did beat it. I think it's in one of my YouTube videos. I actually beat this when it was played against me. It was the only time I saw it, and it was in play, I'm pretty sure, but we had a wall of degeneracy in play, so it couldn't swing through into me. And there was no way to give it flying, I guess, and they could have spell slung like 50 removal spells. I can't quite remember what the situation was, but I don't think I interacted with this, and it was in play, and my opponent untapped with it, and it didn't get there. I can't say that ever happened with me. If I ever untapped with it, I had something to do, and that was I think always enough to get there. But in that one game with that one opponent, it wasn't. Now, again, the combat trick package is, in my opinion, slightly worse than the instants that are, counter spells, removal spells, burn spells, just because combat tricks, if you go all in and they kill it, you just lose. If you cast removal spells to get through and hit them, you're ahead, and you can also repeatedly answer the things they're casting and vomit like 50 spells out and draw a lot of cards too, actually. A lot of these cards just simply draw so many that you're just not really struggling. But apart from Lightning Greaves, which should have been in here, I don't know. Oh, also, if you play the combat trick version, you probably don't like this, because then you can't target your commander anymore. It has Shroud. So, yeah, definitely should have been in here. There's other cards that give haste to all your creatures. Creatures you control. At least there's that weird enchantment that isn't Goblin War Drums, or is it Orcish War Drums? Whatever it is, I don't know what it's called. It's an enchantment, right? Isn't there... something? How is Mass Hysteria read? All creatures have... Okay, the text of this doesn't help me, but these effects, there's a few of them. Apparently I can't find them. They give your creatures haste, not just your opponents. And that can kind of give you that idea. But you have to play these cards. They're in the way of actually casting anything out of hand when you finally swing. So, something to think about. And, I don't know, this one's been... I actually crafted this, but I can't remember what deck it was for. I think it did more harm than good. But yeah, we had really a really uphill, rough showing of it. It's probably slightly better than today would make it out to be, because 75% of my opponents were 100% prepared to play against it. Like, there was games where they had exactly 2 counter spells, countered it twice, exactly the other payoff cards they needed, won the game with those exact cards. There were a lot of perfect sequences out of my opponent's Singleton 100 card format decks today that I think I just got unlucky today a little bit. I can't say I played that bad. I don't think so. There might have been some games where I was just... Once I was in combat splashing spells around, it didn't matter if I was super precise, because there's just so much value happening in combat, it doesn't matter. So that didn't really mess me up too bad. But yeah, bribery, still just, you cast it, you win. There was one game I think I just declined to cast it, because I was trying to do this. So, but hey, it wasn't cast that game. It wasn't cast, so it's still true. It was not cast. Tap lands are pretty lame. Some of these, actually, I will say, like Mystical Teachings and stuff, is cool with this commander, but not necessary. You could just play vastly cheaper spells. Honestly, even counter spells. More random cantrips. Just 1 and 2 mana spells that you can cast reasonably when your commander is not in play, which is 99% of the game. So you want your cards to really be useful when this is not in play, and some of these didn't feel like that was the case, like this one and stuff. So I don't know, something to think about there. But I mean, either way, how many instances are in here? 49, right? Like, it's, no matter how you slice it, you're gonna have a boatload of something going on in your opponent's turn. But just having end step card draw spam is kind of nice. The issue with just card draw and no Nicol Bolas Teferi Hero of Dominaria style thing, your control deck needing card advantage, and it doesn't come from the command zone, means you need a bunch of card draw in your actual deck, which take up card slots, and that's not free. So it's kind of hard. But this kind of offsets that, right? This isn't really, I wouldn't necessarily call this a control deck. It's kind of really just trying to do this thing, which, I mean, it's got a lot of control elements to it, to be fair. It's a weird one, I'll say that. And I don't know where to necessarily categorize that. But yeah, I'm not convinced playing a bunch of dive down effects makes this better. I really don't think that's the case. But I don't know. That's just the issue. I think this commander is just really bad because of that one thing. You gotta get it in play. You gotta swing with it. If you do those things, it becomes one of the best commanders in the game. It's very polarizing. But, yep. So if you have success with it in a way that does not have to do with what I've said, let me know. I'd be surprised. I'd be interested in seeing people try to have this work that plays around the issues I've been talking about for the past 10 minutes. It would be kind of neat. I don't think the combat trick one was it, and this, in my opinion, is slightly better and still just not getting there. So that's that. Let me know what you thought about it. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Yes, it was fun. I mean, it was all pain, it was all painful, but I kind of anticipated that going into this. Like everything I anticipate, actually, I was 100% accurate with my intro assessment of this commander, so I can't be too disappointed. But I'm upset I didn't get surprised. I really wish I had played something else today, just so the specific lineup that I had played, I had more of a game to show, because I saw so many cool decks today, but I was just busy getting stonewalled that it didn't matter. Yeah, oh well, I mean, it's gonna happen.